I can hear myself too. Okay, there we go. Thank you for the follow, Bat. Were you not following before? Well, thank you for the follow again. One second, we are just getting Nothing much. Callie, go to sleep. Go to sleep. There we go. Got everything set up. I always forget how much setup it takes to get this started initially, which always bugs me. Okay. The thing I hate doing is like posting this in all the places. No worries, you made my number really funny. Certified funny number. I have a certified funny number of followers. Yeah. Just 1 second. So the thing about today was, I led it up to a vote on YouTube. Do we want to do art, writing, or gaming? And for most of the week, gaming was winning. So I had this whole like elaborate plan I had this whole elaborate plan worked out, and I have downloaded a bunch of ROM. I figured out how to use emulators, and I've downloaded a bunch of like weird ROMs of old, really bizarre games that we could play. And I had this whole plan worked out. And just at the last minute, art won. It tied with art. So now I'm not sure exactly what to do. So I think what we're going to do today is we're going to do art today, and then I'm going to play games tomorrow. But I'm not sure. Logically, I should do both, but I just don't know if we'll have time to do both. So we'll see how this works. But yeah, I took a few weeks off. I was getting a little stressed out. Honestly, you guys, like these streams stress me. These streams can start to stress me out after a bit. I'm aware that's mostly on me, but like I don't know, guys. You guys, I don't know, guys. This stuff can be a lot. So we're this year I swore to myself I wasn't gonna let myself get stressed out by streaming, and then I started to notice that my watch hours on YouTube were slowly climbing up, and if I can get a monetized channel on YouTube, that would be major for me. That would be really big for me, is if I could get my channel monetized on YouTube. So I was like, okay, screw it. I'll just do it every day until I hit monetization status. Bad idea. I started to feel the stress immediately. Because these are more work than... Terry Bell! Terry Bell! Hey! Good to see you. Good to see you. I am doing fantastic. Fantastic, especially being in front of all you cool people. I was just explaining that streaming is more stressful than you think it will be. Is more stressful than you think it will be, and I took a break from it, and I'm pretty happy I did, and I'm promising myself, and part of my motivation for doing it as much as I was doing it was my numbers are rising, my watch time hours are rising quite a lot on YouTube, and if I can get it past 4,000 hours, well, if I can get past 3,000 hours, that would be really nice, but if I can get past 4,000 hours, they'll start paying me to do, like, I'll start making money from YouTube, and that would be nice. That would be really cool to happen. So I immediately ignored all the things I was going to do to make this a better experience for myself, and tried to push myself as hard as I could to finish it up, to hit that number, which is always a good idea. Anyways, we are back. I promise we're gonna keep this at a more reasonable pace than we were. I can't believe Callie said that. I can't believe you typed that, Callie. That is... Oh my god, Callie. Oh my god. Anyways. Having said that, we are back. We are cool. I worked a lot more on Luna. I worked a lot more on my book. It's totally different now. If you missed Terrible stream, Terrible gave me some notes on my story. See, you got to go to all our streams, because you miss things if you miss one. If you miss one, you're behind. And Terrible said it was awful. It was the worst book he's ever read. Why would you present this? Yes. Well, I was. It's like the Marvel universe. Terrible. It's the MCU. No, I think I appreciate. I was quite happy with the experience. It's funny now. I've done so much work on it. I estimate I've written about like 5,000, 6,000 words extra in that story now. Yes, the Twitch writing universe, the TWU. Yes. So at some point I'm going to send it to you again, but need to get a lot more done. So how's everybody been doing? Yeah. Sounds super cool. It's the coolest club in the world. Except one. Well, Bat, have you ever thought about putting those scribbled pictures together in a sequential order, thus hinting at a larger narrative? I believe in you. I believe you could do this. work. I think I'm talking cents. Dimes and nickels. Occasional pennies. That's the amount of money you could make from a webcomic. Often together. Often in the dozens. Think of it, a dozen dimes, a dozen nickels, a dozen pennies. Once a month. Robin Reckham, how good it is to see you on this fine and lovely day. Da, 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 da. Fantastic. You should. Do it. I dare you to. I double dog dare you to. Mama Buckle! My goodness, welcome, welcome. I want to give you guys a shout out. Don't join that, by the way. For some... so what's up? I'm giving you guys a shout out, by the way. 1 second, let me give you a shout out. You guys, go follow Mama Buckle. They are maybe the most interesting group of Twitch people I've seen. Don't follow my WhatsApp group, by the way. I need to get rid of that. I've lost control of that for some reason. Okay, so what Mama Buckle is doing is they are producing short films live on Twitch, and it's not just the writing. What they're gonna do, what's fantastic is they take you through the whole process. You get to see the whole process. You get to see the writing. You get to see the filming. You get to see the editing. Yeah, it's a fascinating. You guys are doing something very fascinating over there. I never thought of that. It's actually quite a good idea, I think. It is going fantastic, Mama Buckle, especially now that we're talking. They got a whole little group going over there. It is going fantastic. We're just kicking back, relaxing, being all cool. Heck, you can even participate in the writing. Yeah, I took a little break from streaming, and we're back today. We're roaring back into purpose. Oh, thank you. I like to think of myself as awe-striking. Just random drawing. Oh, that's heartbreaking, because I know you like that place so much, Robin. Just a random drawing, nothing major. Just trying to get the old cobwebs going. People tend to like the art, Mama. Even if it's not particularly good, it's appealing. I find that people just like the process itself. It's very comforting. What are you guys working on? I see you're working on a fantasy short film. Yes, I am roaring back to purpose. Well, I say that. I've been working pretty hard on my other projects besides Twitch. Do it. Actually, I find that's a really great way if you're kind of stuck. Just sit there and doodle it out. You tend to figure out some stuff. Here's the thing about art. You must understand. Art is not. is not exactly. It's a skill less than a talent, and it's a thing. If you work at it, you can, in fact, get good at it. It's not. It's unreachable to no one. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Oh, that sounds fun. Have you ever? Is it going to require like any special effects? Sorry, I'm just periodically checking something. That was supposed to be finished before I got on stream, but I guess we can do it during stream. A trick I learned from TikTok and is it's usually a good idea to post some shorts right before you go live, because that puts you in the algorithm, and people can see that you're live when they're looking at your shorts. I'm curious about this though. I'm curious about this abstract. Can you pitch it to me? What's your elevator pitch? Yes. No, I'm talking about YouTube Shorts. You post some YouTube Shorts. You should post YouTube Shorts before you go on. That way, the algorithm. That way, they hit the algorithm, and when people see it, yeah. But you can't necessarily tell from somebody's shorts if they're alive. But you can tell if they've lived. Really? I did not know that. That is interesting. I should look into that. I don't want to stream in that format though. I have streamed in that format before when I was on TikTok. And I just didn't like doing that. I didn't find that all that fun. Really? That is curious though. Might try that. Yeah, I was thinking maybe for like a gaming thing or something. That might work. But also, I've found very little success with, like, streaming on TikTok. I hated streaming on TikTok. It was stupid. Like, I barely could get anybody there. Nobody had any good... TikTok did not play nice with all my other stuff that I do to, like standardize this. Yeah, it's full of toxic. It's full of, oh my god, the most, with some of the most toxic people in the world. Because it's basically Twitter video. That's what it is. Like, you have to understand. It's basically the same as Twitter, but just video. So, Bat, you'll like this. Terrible here is working on a story about evil clowns. It is. Yeah, it came back. I'm gonna show you out. And that's Bat's day job. Am I following you? You know what? I'll give you a shout out too, Bat. I'm going wild here. I'm giving everybody a shout out. Okay, 1 second. I'm very curious to read your elevator pitch. I just need to give Bat the shout out. Oh, boo. Okay. I have to wait. Okay, trapped. Ooh. Mama, that sounds very fascinating. Very fascinating. Okay, I'm up for this. I'm up for this. That sounds spooky. Positively. Ookie. It's a scary... Yes. Have you thought about possibly, So explain to me how this actually works, because I'm curious. How does this work? It's deep as hell. Lobotomy girl! My goodness, how good it is to see you again on this fine day. How's it going? How is it going? Hope the world is treating you well. My foot is asleep because I'm... Why do I do that? Can you guys explain to me why every time I sit down, I put my foot under my leg, and it makes my leg fall asleep? I don't know why I do that. It sucks every time, but I do it every time. Well, we have to keep it real, Mama. Unless you're implying that I'm some sort of hologram. You're not implying. No. I'm doing good. Took a little break from streaming, feeling that was pretty good for me. Feeling recharged, feeling energetic, feeling like we can conquer the world. Made a bunch of YouTube videos. Some of them have done comparatively quite well for me, which is exciting. Although a few people have disagreed on some of the takes I have. But that's all cool. I read a book. I actually read two books. One was quite a bit shorter than the other, so it's hard to think of it. It only took me a day, but that's always one of those instances where it's like, yeah, I'm literary. I actually sat down and read a book, and when I say sat down and read, I mean listen to an audiobook. But you guys know what we mean by that. You know what I read? I read Wise Guy, or listened to Wise Guy, the book that was adapted into Goodfellas, the movie. For some reason, I was just curious. I was just curious what it was like, so I sat down. I listened to it. Pretty great book. One of the funnier things to me is the narrator they got so clearly was they got him because he sounded a lot like Ray Liotta. I found that so funny. Go, do your thing. Run as fast as you can. What book have you gotten, Bat? Little known fact, Lobotomy is in fact a infamous street racer. the underground street racing scene. So they're probably out there racing their Toyota tricked out Toyota with NOS capability in a Tokyo Drift style race. They'll be back in a few minutes. Is it about the Emu War? Is it about the Emu War? That's... Have you guys ever heard of the Emu War? I'm sure Bat knows it. Yeah, I mean, listen, it was a war between man and emu won. Thus meaning that they are now in charge of us. Yeah. Have you guys? Do you guys know what we're talking about? The Emu War, Mama. This could be your next movie. I probably don't know where you'd get emus. Yeah, you lost 2 wars. Okay. Okay. So the basic details are. The basic details are this. Was it in the 60? No, it was in the 30. Okay. I have not committed this to memory as much as I should have. Emu War. Reject all. Okay. Okay. This is from Wikipedia. The Emu War, the Great Emu War, was a nuisance wildlife management military operation undertaken in Australia over the later part of 1932 to address public concern over the number of emus. The unsuccessful attempts to curb the emu population employed by the Royal Australian Artillery soldiers armed with Lewis guns, leading to media to adopt the name the Emu War when referring to the incidents. Although many birds were killed, the emu population persisted and continued to cause crop. So basically what was happening was in the 30s. Okay, so they had granted a bunch of land to former soldiers in the middle of like these emu in the middle of in the middle of nowhere. And so when they started growing, emus who usually like migrate through there just started to stick around and eat the crops. So this was a huge issue for the soldiers. So they called in, they asked the military to the government to do something, and they inexplicably sent the military with like machine guns. And the idea was that they were going to just kill a whole bunch of emus, which sounds cruel, and was. Yeah, basically, yeah. And what happened was, instead of the emus easily... And they were so smug about it that they brought, like, newspaper people. That's always the sign of a bad idea, is when they bring newspaper people, because, like, this will be easy! And basically what happened is, instead of them winning, they did kill a bunch of emus, but they outsmarted a ton, and... Yes, the emus won! Twice! And they never really fixed the main issue. They never really fixed the issue. Yes. Right? It's hilarious. That's your next movie. That's your next movie, Mama. You should use that. Yeah, they use guerrilla tactics. So, yes, it was the funniest thing I've ever. Yeah, that's one of those stories that is infinitely really funny. So it's not about that. It's not about the Great Emu War. Yeah. They are They will. See, the thing is, well, this used to be a thing. We've kind of messed this up. Elephants used to be quite benign creatures, but because we keep attacking them, they've become less benign as time goes on. Usually they're fine, though. Usually they are like pretty docile. Like they really try and avoid hurting people, but that's been less of an issue. It's been more of an issue as they've been hunted. Yeah, but no, the emus are. Yeah, no, yeah. So the emus won the war. So that means I think technically they're in charge now. If I under. It is. I've seen one. I've seen. I went to Australia as a kid, and I went to the zoo, and oh my god, they're huge and terrifying. Basically they're a dinosaur. They're a dinosaur. You watch them and they're like, yep, these are dinosaurs. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're kind of amazing, honestly, but they are terrifying. Yeah, it was. Yeah, but they're cool. They are very cool. 1 second, I'm just doing something behind the scenes that is bugging me, and I will. Welcome back. Lobotomy. We're talking about dinosaurs, aka emus. Did you win against that souped up Honda? Did you? We all assumed, by the way, Lobotomy, that you're an illegal street racer and you're participating in races, right? You're the one who's doing that, right? I'm not misremembering this. Sorry. Oh wait, this is a. Wait. Oh, there we go. Gee, thanks. Sorry, it was paused there for a bit. Yeah. They're cool. They're cool dudes, them magpies. Yeah, they're scary birds. Smart. The worst part about magpies is they're quite smart. They're one of the smartest birds. So they really know how to mess you up, and they remember things, and they can remember you, and they'll tell their children about you. Is the thing. They hold grudges. Magpies. That is real. They will remember people and tell their children about you. So if you anger one, you've angered them forever. Did you anger one? Anyways. So what are we all doing tonight? I had so many ideas. You guys don't even know. Well, they're the most valuable thing. Bat treat, that's your fault if you have eyes. They're vulnerable. That's your fault for having eyes. All of us responsible adults have gotten rid of their eyes years ago. Hey, Pickles, how's it going? I'm just drawing a girl. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. How great it is to see you. You're a responsible adult. Terrible. You know, it's strange. I've never seen you in the same room as a magpie. You wouldn't happen to be a magpie controlling a man's suit, would you? Answer me this true, Terrible. Answer me this true. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Pickles. What do you do? What do you do? What are you an artist? I trust you're an artist. I trust you're a great artist, in fact. Magpie in the house! Get him! Caw-caw! Caw-caw! I knew it! Now, you have to be on... Everybody out there, if you're secretly a bunch of animals in a trench coat, be honest and confess that to me right now. Bat, I'm looking at you. I somewhat suspect you're a collection of otters in a trench coat. You can admit it now and I won't be mad. Darn, Pickles, I never even suspected you. Ha ha! Oh, that's freaky as heck, Bat. That's freaky as hell. Pickles, I never suspected you. But then again, you did just confess to me that... that you do behave in a bandit-like way. Okay, there we go. That little project that I was running in the background is finally done. Fantastic. It only took an hour longer than it should have. Okay. Anyways. So what are we all working on today? Very lovely, very lovely. Ugh, editing. I've been editing all day. Are you excited for that? Are you excited for your markers? That sounds really cool. Well, I'm happy that you're psyched for that. That sounds fun. Listen, the goal of life, Bat, is to avoid work as much as possible. That's the goal. Everything in life should be directed towards trying to find ways to avoid it. Very nice. Very nice. Who are you looking forward to drawing? Who's on the imagination block? Yes, very real. So lobotomy, what have got going on? Okay, so I'm stupidly proud of myself for something I figured out how to do yesterday. I figured out how to emulate old Nintendo 64 games and GameCube games on my computer. Very nice. On my computer, so I spent all of yesterday and a lot of today playing old video games. Which I was very proud of. I was very proud that I cracked that because I've been trying to figure it. Because even though a lot of people have figured it out, I've been playing some N64 games. Conker's Bad Fur Day, Superman 64. I'm trying to. My next step is trying to see if I can get the Sega Saturn. And Lobotomy, that is super cool. I didn't know you made music. That is so cool that you make music. I'm trying to get yes, that is super cool. I'm trying to get the Sega Saturn up and working because I want to play Panzer Dragoon, the RPG. It sounds complicated. Well, Pickles, here's the thing. If you want to show that off, feel free to. I got a whole little Discord here. I got a whole little Discord here that you could and you feel free to show it. So what type of music do you make, Lobotomy? Thank you, Parker. I hope it stays cool. Let me try this again. But I did use a... Sorry, I'm trying to invite people to the thing. For some reason, it's not letting me. Yeah, that's what's going on. I know how to do it. One second. I know what to do. I know what to do. And hello, welcome, Parker. Cool. I'll just do it on my phone. Have you produced music before? There we go. Haha, I'm smart. I'm gonna do it twice because I can only share it once. Well, Parker, I'm proud of you. That's bold. That's bold. I'm not bold enough to try and make music. I always wish I knew how to make music. There we go. Welcome to the Discord. Best way to start. Just go in half cocked. Art is all about learning in the moment. Don't know this owl. Don't know who this owl is. I don't know who you're talking about. Exactly. Still stressful. Still very stressful. Do you guys want to buy a house? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Come to Houston. Come to Houston and buy my house. You agreed, Terrible! You agreed right then and there! What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with Texas. Damn it, they know how weird we are. And not fun weird, just weird. No, what are you talking about? Texas is totally cool right now. Barbecue, yeehaw, pew, pew in the air. Falls down, hits people. No, it doesn't. Listen, behave like an American and go into a ton of debt you can't afford. That's what we do here in America. Because we're proud to be an American. Where at least we know they'll take our debt. They won't look too closely at who we're giving debt to. Yeah, but yes, it's still stressful. We had a showing today. Who knows? Maybe they'll buy it. So, it's a compelling offer. That's a compelling offer, Bat. What about 3 packets of cookies? Captain Kraken! The OG. How's it going? Ahoy, indeed! What joy! Ahoy, hoy! Okay, deal off the table, Bat. Deal off the table. You're gonna try nickel and dime me like this. Nickel and dime me like this. I don't want your money. 5 packs of... Maybe for 5 packs of cookies. Kraken, what is going on today, my bud, my friend? How goes the world of the pirates? This is high pressure negotiation, Bat. Yeah, you see, all the coolest people hang out here. Here, on my stream. Yeah. Just existing and surviving, that's... Can't ask for much more of that nowadays. Hey, Kraken, can you do me a little favor? I'm not sure if that link down there works yet. Can you click on it just to see if it works? I drink the dark rum. Okay, and now I'm not totally sure if the window thing works. How about just see, fill out your email, see if it works. Okay, just to see if it works. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm being honest to you. I'm being honest. I'm being fruitful even. You'd be surprised it's worked a few times. What are you talking about? I'm not sneaking anything. Would I lie to you? Oh. Darren isn't watching me anymore. He's going through some personal issues. Mike is watching me now. And we all know Mike doesn't exactly have his eyes on the ball like Darren did. Yeah, but he's not the Mike Wazowski you're thinking of. He's the big giant monster from Pixar's Monsters. Or wait. Yeah, no, yeah, that's Mike. Yeah. He's on his phone, Bat. He's on his phone. They can do that remotely nowadays. Ugh. Get in the modern revolution. It's a good plushie to have. No. The one from Arizona. Captain. I'm talking about the one from Arizona. Actually, technology is cool and everybody likes it. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no problems with technology whatsoever. Yep. We do, in fact. Kangaroos just never worked well here in the U.S. Kept voting for third parties. After Ralph Nader lost for the third time, they all headed back to Australia. We love the Jetsons. Fun fact, the Jetsons got their name because George was born out of a jet. That's right, George is literally the son of a jet. Inexplicably, a jet gave birth to a man. They don't get into that much in the show. The comics get into it a lot more. In a lot of detail. Actually terrible. If you pay attention to the lore, terrible. The Jetsons actually take place in the past. They take place in the past. They take place in the past. That's just what happens. It actually takes place in humanity's past, and that was our ideal perfect selves, and then humanity failed, and now we're here. And it's actually also Flintstones takes place at the same time. Flintstones is in the Flintstones is on the ground, and Jetsons are in the sky. That's why you never see the Flintstones sky, and in the Jetsons you never see the ground. That's just like what's going on. I just can't believe you didn't know that. Day one. Casuals. I am a lore master for the Jet Set. Yeah. It is funny when you really think about it that the Jetsons in many ways were just future Flintstones. Like, Hanna-Barbera... Was it Hanna-Barbera? I think it was Hanna-Barbera. Did that joke with the ripped off the Flintstones so many times, it's hilarious. Lesser known one. This is one people don't know about. There's a lesser known ripoff that exists. It's called the Modern Roman Family, or I believe, or the Romans. I forget the exact name. But it's basically Flintstones, but instead of Stone Age, it takes place in the Roman Empire. But it's the exact same show, pretty much. I did watch the dinosaurs. I know quite well the dinosaurs. And that and the insane way it ended. Do you guys know how that ended? The world ended. That's the last episode of the dinosaurs, is the apocalypse. And everybody dying. Hey, kid. Yeah, good kids content. It's there was an there was a really old TV show. It was an anime, but it was like an adaptation of an old American like frontier book for kids, and it was about this kid who had a pet deer, and it was I remember watching the show, and then the last episode, the kid's best friend dies, and it's like, you didn't expect that to happen. It's like, what is this? He just dies and nobody talks, and it's just, that's the end of the show. Very strange. It was very strange. It felt very weird. Yeah. Like, how do kids shows, like, it's always so strange when kids shows have like these weirdly dark episodes. Like, do you remember, this is turning into member berries, but whatever. Do you guys remember Hey Arnold? Do you guys know Hey Arnold? The show I was named after, of course. Do you guys remember the episode they did about the Vietnam War? Do you remember that episode? Where inexplicably... Look, it's a great episode. It's an amazing episode. It blew my mind as a kid. But it was so shocking. Yeah, there's a whole episode. There's a Vietnamese character, and they do a whole flashback to the Vietnam War. And it's like like this amazingly dark episode. And I'm like, what? How did this? What's going on? What's going on? Me and my friend, we saw that, we watched it together, and we were obsessed with it because we thought it was like just really cool, because it was like, oh man, it's like now, it's this now. Let's see. Here's the clip. You should. People should remember that more. Kids shows used to not be afraid of... No, I shouldn't say that's such bullshit. People go like, "Oh, kids shows are so scared." No, they're not. They show wars all the time. Yeah, they did, but then there's also a lot of garbage that people don't want to remember. Oh God, I loved Morocco's Modern Life. That's on Netflix. I should just sit down and rewatch it at some point. What is it? The special that they did a few years ago was great. I loved that special. I liked that show so much as a kid. Part of the reason I liked that show so much as a kid because it was one of the few shows that was like about young adults, which you never saw. Which you never like saw like they never talked about as a thing. Like, you know, kid shows were always either about kids or like at most teenagers, but you never saw like post-college young adults, which I always found so surreal. Yeah. Yep. It was great. I mean, they do that now too, bad. I mean, they've never stopped trying to do that, adding sneaky adult humor into stuff. But it's a lot more because I still watch like animated shows. It's just oh no, I almost had an opinion there. Can't have that. People might get mad at me. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so many references. They do so many references, like Adventure Time, which I guess shouldn't be my, being it's been over for a decade, and now the new episodes are rated for adults. But Adventure Time had like references to Blue Velvet of all things, and you know, talking about David Lynch. Like, there's a whole episode that had references to Blue Velvet, and it's like that's not a thing kids will get right off the way, and honestly, it's not a thing a lot of adults probably would pick up on. I didn't realize that was a reference to Blue Velvet. But then again, Adventure Time is controversially a very good show. It's a very good show, and some cartoons now are less good. I don't know. What's like the biggest cartoon? I don't know. Right now, what's the one everybody's obsessed with? I always swore to myself when I was a kid I would never become like the old man complaining about, the modern kids, they just don't care about, they don't get about the young people these days, and it was so much better back in my day. Because when I was a kid, I was very annoyed by that. I was very annoyed when old people would do that. Because I'm like, there's still good stuff being produced right now. What are you talking about? Because ever since I was like 13, like I remember every year ever since I started like following like film and TV and all that stuff, people have said, oh, it wasn't as good as it used to be, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Anyways, not to judge on anybody. Except Jim Cornette. I'm judging Jim Cornette. And none of you know who that is. None of you know who that is, so that's fine. Yeah, there is definitely... Yeah, I'm trying to avoid talking about that stuff. trying to avoid talking about that stuff. AI. I mean, there's good stuff. There's still good. I don't know what to think about AI. I mean, I know what to think about AI, but I don't want to think about AI. It fills me with such dread. I just, it's like it's something I can't control, so I don't want to control it. So I don't want to think about it. Man, we just lost a whole bunch of people. Right. You scared away all the people. Good, terrible. You scared away all the people. Yeah. No, but like the thing is, like, I don't know, it's. I mean, there's still good stuff being produced. Like, I get tired. Like, the thing I get tired of is like people saying like, well, there's no good movies produced. Well, there's always good movies produced. There's always good movies produced every year. Maybe not great Hollywood blockbusters, but there's great non-Hollywood blockbusters that exist. Like there's always some good indie movies that come out, some more artistic arty fare that comes out in December. No, I mean that's fine. There's nothing wrong. By the way, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the stuff of your youth. I don't decry anybody for that. But there's always But if you want, there's always interesting stuff out there for you to watch that you've never seen before. And I think that's the majesty of the world. Is that there will always be something great to see. Like there's always something amazing to do and see if your mind is open to it. Like I just started getting into like that show Scavengers that was canceled. What is the problem though is, I'll throw this out there. What is the problem though is there's a lot of good stuff being produced, but animation wise or like TV wise, if it's not an immediate hit, one season in, they tend to cancel it now. Which is a problem because a lot of shows, this is hard to explain to network people. Like a lot of shows that were big hits and are big money makers now weren't big hits right away. They took a few seasons to develop and build up a word of mouth. Like Severance is like one of the best TV shows. Severance is one of the best sci-fi shows ever, and if it wasn't on such an inopportune streaming platform, it would be like a massive. It would be even more talked about. Yeah. You know what? We should be checking out. We should be checking out The Winter King. That's a fucking killer book right there, and they're adapting it into a movie, so a miniseries. So you guys, that's something you should check out. The Winter King is what the other guy do? Oh right, Sharp. Sharp is the thing he did. It's from the author of Sharp, and it's his attempt to create a more realistic King Arthur mythos by placing it within actual history. It's a cool book, and I haven't seen the show yet, so I've never heard of the 10th Kingdom before. What's the 10th Kingdom about? Sorry if that sounds like I'm hectoring people. I always feel bad when I get into like my little soapboxes because I'm like, people can watch what they want to watch. It's not like I'm free from that. It's not like I'm watching nothing but new stuff every day. I am watching a lot of Simpsons now. I have watched a lot of the Simpsons, rewatched a lot of old Simpsons episodes as of late. That has been my big my big thing is rewatching. I've been on a rewatch of The Simpsons. And I was very excited about being able to play old Nintendo 64 games. Guess which platform I owned as a kid? Terrible. Guess which platform I had? That's right, Nintendo 64. To be fair, it's games that it's games that I wanted to play but didn't have. Mostly, but I don't know. I really like. I don't know. I don't. I never want people to stop. Like, just don't stop. Like, always be interested. Like, well, Lobotomy, that's the right way to do things. Plus, you're young. We're all old men. We're all old men here, whining about things meant for young people not being to our taste. Even though it's probably just because we can't accept we're no longer young, and we're no longer like 20-year-olds, like 15-year-olds, and they're not making stuff for us specifically anymore. But it's good that you have an appreciation for older art, because the other thing, like, when I was younger, I got really irritated with, like, people my age being really dismissive of older things, because it's like, well, no, trust me, it's good. Yeah. I'm not middle-aged yet. Terrible. I am getting there, but I'm not there yet. I have still a couple of years left before that. I still have a couple of years yet before that. I am coming to the end of the demographic that they advertise to, but I am starting to feel my age a little bit. But yeah. It's 18 to 35, okay? It's 18 to 35. That's the advertising age. I still have 3 years left. But yeah, I am getting closer and closer to middle age every day, and that is scaring me just a tiny bit. I know it's not that big a deal, everybody has to do it, but... I'm not insecure about my age. Terrible is. Up there being all reasonable and accepting. Who does that? But like, the thing is, okay, part of the reason I started messing around with emulators is and we're gonna part of the reason I started messing with an emulator is there's some old games out there that don't exist anywhere else anymore but through emulators that I really wanted to play. Like, I really wanted to play the original Spider-Man 2 game for the GameCube. I really liked that game as a kid, and I would have bought it. I would have bought it legally, but it doesn't exist anymore, and it seems nobody cares anymore. So I had to get it emulated. And then there's like other games, like Conker's Bad Fur Day was a game I really want. I'd never played it, but I really wanted to. And that exists on the Xbox, but I'm not getting an Xbox. Yeah, exactly. So you have to resort to piracy for, like, video games if you want to play any older, like, any game that's older than, like, a decade that isn't one of, like, the like, you know, the marquee franchises. Like, they're gonna preserve, like, Street Fighter or something. Street Fighter 2 will be preserved forever, but exactly, it is so frustrating. Or, like, a game I really want to play. I'm trying to get my the Sega Saturn emulator to up. I've had trouble with the Sega Saturn emulator lately. But Panzer Dragoon Saga, Panzer Dragoon Saga, is considered by many to be one of the greatest RPGs ever made. Can't play that. Can't play that. To play it legally, I would have to track down a Sega Saturn and get a copy of Panzer Dragoon in English, which is rare, by the way, because it doesn't really exist they produced so few copies for it in English that I believe like an English copy is running like $1,000 right now. Thank you, scumbag heritage auction site traders. By the way, if you don't know, there's currently a big scam kind of running in the vintage game industry, where they're overvaluing almost everything. Allegedly. Yeah, so it's like, you gotta pirate this shit. And then other games, I wanted... I was gonna play, Terrible, do you know about Superman 64? Have you ever heard of Superman 64? Considered by some to be the worst game ever made. Who's heard of that? Bat? Terrible? Lobotomy? Yeah. I have it. I posted a little video of myself playing it today on my YouTube channel, if you guys are curious. Yeah, I have that on ROM. I have the ROM of that, and I played it a little bit. It is not fun to play. I was gonna play, if people voted for video games, I was gonna play that on stream today. That or Daikatana. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's maybe one of the most infamous games ever made. Needless to say, the Angry Video Game Nerd, when he played it, he had some issues with it. Would you believe, Terrible, that the Angry Video Game Nerd seemed to be rather frustrated with the game? Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No. Remember that Nosferatu, if it wasn't for piracy, we would have lost the original Nosferatu. When the great horror movies of the Silent Age would be gone just like that if it wasn't for the fact that somebody pirated it. So, there's very... I think with art, I think the number one thing to do is always try and preserve it. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though, with the Angry Video Game Nerd. You know, I watch his videos, and I find he's very angry in them. He seems to be rather perturbed by these video games. Frustrated, even. Maladjusted. Irritable. And irate. And it's just so strange. Every time. Is the Angry Video Game Nerd not well known anymore? To be fair. Huh? To be fair, I haven't watched him since I was like 14, so... Cool. All right, you legend. He's the angriest video. He's a perturbed, frustrated, put about video game enthusiast you've ever seen. Well, you're old. You're terrible. You don't count. You're old. Old man, turn up your hearing aids, old man, and stop throwing canes at me. Ah! He's the angriest video game. Sorry. I made a stupid parody of him yesterday that everybody hated, and I got several comments telling me how dumb it was, which made me proud. I think yesterday. Yeah, I've been making a lot of videos of late. I'm trying. Here's the thing. I'm still a little bit trying to hit that mystical, magical monetization number, because I'd very much like to. Because if I do that, I can start doing a little bit more experiment. I can start try and make some money from this thing, and maybe put longer, more produced projects on. Let's see. I will link it to you directly, which I know is ironic, but it's like, if I'm not going to make money off of something, then I don't have the time. Anyways, it's stupid. I should just put all the good project stuff on beforehand, but it would be really nice to make a little money off of stuff. Because YouTube pays better than Twitch, so. Please love me, YouTube. It does. It does. It pays about. I forget how much it pays. Right. It pays 70% of. So any bits or something you make over YouTube, they give you 70% instead of 50. I think from the subscriptions, they give you 70% of the subscriptions instead of 50%. So yeah, that's a good 30% more. Kick pays the most. Sorry, not to talk about money. A thing I've been complaining about lately with filmmakers is if you talk to a filmmaker, they will inevitably turn into a business discussion. So many times I've had talks with filmmakers, and they always go at a certain point, it's always they always get into discussions about how residuals or something should work, and I was like, who cares? Who cares? Why are we talking about this? Who cares? It's I really want to build. So I'm trying to avoid that. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that person. Because you guys don't care about the business of behind this, right? You just want to watch the show. You just want to hang out and chat, right? You don't really care about the business. I want to care about the business, but I mean, Terrible cares, because Terrible is also doing this. And is presumably watching my stupid... It quickly becomes less of a parody of the Angry Video Game Nerd, and you'll see quickly, because I get into this whole new thing I'm doing. I have a story about that video. So, Lobotomy, if you ever want to share your music, feel free to. I wrote a bunch in my novel these past 2 weeks. Pretty much wrote 3 whole new chapters. Oh, you don't have to. God, I'm getting close. I'm getting close to that myself, but I'm getting close. What can I do to get 30 more followers? I'm gonna try and go for 2 hours on this stream. We'll see. Go to bed. Go to bed. Of course I do. Terrible. You want to hear a secret too? Here's what you do. Here's what you do. Are you on your computer? Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Before you go to bed. Play that video. But keep it. Don't play it at full volume. Keep it at very low, but don't mute it. And slow it down as much as you can. You don't have to watch it. Just go to bed. Just go to bed. Here's what that does. Here's what that does. Terrible. It will interpret that video as double the watch time it would usually have. So that would mean you're watching at 200%, and that will increase my views in the algorithm. All of you can do that as well. That's not just for Terrible, but that's a way to... Later. That's not just for Terrible. That's if you want to help out a YouTuber friend, that's a way to goose the numbers a little bit. And because it's from across the world, nobody will know. Always happy too when cool people are on. Man, I'm fading fast. I gotta admit, guys, I'm fading fast. I usually try and aim for about 2 hours, but I am fading fast myself. I don't know if I have more in me. I think we're gonna have to call it pretty soon. Oop. Okay. I don't have it in me. I'm sorry, guys. I don't got it in me. I thought I might, but I don't. Let's call it here. Somebody, but we're gonna raid because we pass it on here at Sean's fantastical land of fantastics. Okay, have a good time, everybody.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to do on here. If you're trying to share your screen, just go to the little monitor thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I wouldn't refer to that. I would refer to
Cool.